Naman guys sa ating podcast episode, Simple Pleasures podcast. So I think this is gonna be our third or fourth podcast na sisimulan, and I hope isa na naman siyang inspirational or motivational talk. Ang episode natin today is in the you know circling around the professional world. Joining me here today is Felix Abante. Uh, he is one of my lawyer friends. So we're gonna be talking about yung experience niya as a lawyer. So wag na natin patagalin pa. So I welcome you, Felix Darren Abente. Say hi, Darren. Felix.
Hello to the viewers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever. You can call me Darren. My friends call me Darren, and I am a lawyer by profession.
Awesome, awesome. All right. So, kamusta naman, Darren, ang buhay-buhay?
Ayos naman bilang isang solo practitioner, nakaka-survive naman professionally and okay naman
Ayos.
siya.
Ayos. So, today we're gonna be talking about yung experience mo, no?
Ah,
So let's start with this first topic, no? Um, Paano ka na-motivate pumasok sa law? Especially you know, sa specialization mo.
okay. Paano na-motivate? Siguro I will answer that from the start na yung pathway ko to the legal profession. Siyempre, I entered sa San Beda Law ko. It
Wow.
was my parents who really uh, persuaded me to enter law school. Wala akong plano noon. But then, siyempre, gusto mong pagbigyan ng magulang. So, I tried. After graduating journalism from UST, I immediately went to law school. So, San Beda ako, together with some of my classmates in UST. And from there, syempre hindi buo yung loob ko kasi somebody was telling you to do something else. Ang gusto ko talaga is maging journalist, yung mga tipong nagko-cover ng mga dangerous like sa war, sa mga may kalamidad or something, may action. Anyways, after a year, na-assess ko yung sarili ko, and then may sabit ako sa isang subject, and that made me question where I am at that time, where I was that time. So I said, malaking opportunity nga ito actually, na binibigyan ka ng opportunity na makapag-aral ng parents mo, trying to pay for your tuition, and na-realize ko yung opportunity. So nagtuloy-tuloy ako, nagsikap ako until ayun nga, nakagraduate ako, pumasa ako sa bar. And then I enter, ayun, naging full-fledged lawyer ako. I
Wow.
I enter at that time. I was waiting. I was already working as a legal contractual legal consultant in a government firm. And then after that, swearing as a full-fledged lawyer, I went to a private practice sa isang medium-sized law office sa Makati. And then ang exposure ko doon ay both initially sa litigation, meaning handling cases of all sorts, criminal, civil, etc.
Okay.
Special civil cases. And then later on, naging mix, may corporate practice na rin ako. So my exposure during that time was both in the litigation and corporate. So na-burnout ako because maraming trabaho.
Oo nga.
And then I was invited in a government service again. And then hanggang sa tumagal din ako ng certain year, 6, 7. And then I felt naging stagnant yung profession ko. So I decided to go back to private practice until such time that I put up my own law office. I have the I brave the waters so
Mm-mm. Ayan, wala ka. Wala ka, bro.
to put up my own 2009 January. So until now, yeah, this city. As to the ano nga yung question mo, so yun yung paano ako
Nag-motivate.
nag-start.
Oo.
So what motivate me is yung sa parents ko, at the same time yung realization na is a big opportunity. It's really a parang legacy from your parents na
Yun nga eh.
totoo yun. Totoo yun na ang education talaga would be, as for me, and I think majority will agree with me that education is one of the best legacies that our parents can give to us, because nasa sayo na kung papaunlarin mo yun. Maunlad ka na at that time dahil nabiyayaan ka ng ganong estado. So
Oo nga eh.
ikaw na lang din ang magpapalawak nun. So yun yung aking motivation sa
Wow. Gusto ko yan, legacy. Recently I've been thinking about that, no? Um,
legacy.
ano ba yung meaning mo? Ano ba yung name? Ano ba yung meaning ng huling pangalan mo? That's a very, very interesting
Huling
word.
pa nga. What that? Abante?
No, no, I mean in
What?
general, like, what will your name mean when you die?
Ah,
Not for you, pero
not
as a
literally.
general concept, oh, baga,
What? After I die?
oh, hindi ko naman tinatanong siya. Parang I'm just a rhetorical question, like, ano ba yung ano natin, like, tawag dito, ano ba yung meaning ng pangalan natin kapag tayo ay nawala na sa Earth, di ba? So, it's a very, very interesting concept. So I really applaud your parents, no, na ang taas ng pangarap nila sa'yo. And gusto nila marating mo yung
Oo.
pagiging lawyer, which is very, very difficult, no? Lalo na beda
Oo.
ka, napaka prestigious ng background ng
Salamat.
beda.
Go.
So,
Go, Beda.
definitely, very admirable trait, very
Ah,
admirable sa yan. Um, so ano yung mga struggles mo sa law career mo, mga lowest points?
okay. So struggles, I will siguro interpret ko yung struggles in different circumstances during my from the start that I became a lawyer up to now. Siguro nung start is syempre baguhan kang lawyer, you need experience. So
Oh,
usually sa law office, and alam to saan from practice na to sa law office, na yung mga junior lawyers sila yung binabatuhan ng mga masasamang cases, yung mga tagilid, yung mga
ah,
yung mga ganon, yung mga utusan, yung mga ganon. So you just have to take it kasi um, you need to learn, and wala ka pa rin namang masasabi, so you need to follow kung ano ba yung mga seniors. So isa yon. um and then when I started my own, ang struggle ko is when I put up my law office, my own solo career, 2019 January. It was on the 12th month, December, natatandaan ko, na may pumasok na pera. Yung mula sa January to November, lahat yun, palabas yun na
ooh,
pera. So it was only during the 12th month na nagkaroon pa ng kita. And from then on, ayun, medyo nakaka-survive naman, nakaka.
paano
So,
yun? Like, paano mo nahanap sa sarili mo na to keep going? Kasi mahabang panahon yun ah.
kasi I there's no way, at that time I cannot see myself going back to government kasi galing na nga ako dun eh, at saka na stagnant a feeling ko na stagnant ako kasi dekahon yung mga ginagawa ko. Pag sinabi kong dekahon, kasi I used to work in one of the attached agencies to the Department of Finance. I do litigation and I represent the government. So dekahon yun. Isang klaseng, most often than not, isang klaseng case lang yung hinahandle mo, dalawang batas lang ang pinag-argue, nagiging basis ng cases na yon. Siguro mga 5% lang, 10% lang, 10% lang at most yung naiiba na case na handle mo. So what I'm saying is that I felt na narating ko na yung aking mga yung dapat kong malaman at nagawa ko na doon sa punto na yon, sa stage na yon. So I need to go out and at saka gusto ko iba yung environment sa government at iba rin yung sa private. I'm more of do what I want. So ano na lang, alam ko kay nagsarili ako, kakayanin ko. So,
Mm.
naging patient lang ako. Pero yun naman din siguro ang struggle ng mga nag-i-start kasi kailangan may magtitiwala sa yung kliyente na mag-handle sa'yo para magkaroon ka ng mga susunod pang mga kliyente. And one of
Oo.
the struggles also during that time is yung mga frustrations mo na maganda sana yung kaso mo pero some other parties are doing the PR.
Mm-mm.
So may nangyayaring hindi mo alam at mga milagro. So realities yun. Minsan engross ako dun sa kaso, naniniwala ako sa merit, pero bigla na lang sometimes may mangyayaring iba. So talagang frustrating 'yon sa abogado at the
As
same
a
time
lawyer.
as a lawyer at the same time yung client mo. So ayun lang.
I
So
see, I
yun.
see. Now, I don't want to get into details or into the weeds of, yung mga litigation mo, yung mga kaso mo. I want to focus more on, would you say na na everyone should start first in the government before they get into a private practice? Or do you think na pwede ka sa corporate world then and then private practice? Ano yung tingin mo mas holistic o yung mas efficient or effective way na kung gusto mo maging private practitioner one day? Ano tingin mo o meron bang different context on paano ka magpa-private? Ano ba yung ano ba maganda? Pinakamagandang way or yung talagang ma-establish ka talaga as a private practitioner someday. Saan dapat magsimula from public or private?
So ang question natin is eventually magve-venture out ka sa iyong sariling law office. Ganon, 'di ba?
Mm.
Parang
Ah,
private. So which is ayun din nga yung nangyari sa akin. Ah, First and foremost, I just want to point out na pag pumasa ka, i-assess mo ang sarili mo saan mo gusto. Kasi ang isang abogado hindi pwedeng, ang isang abogado minsan hindi siya, yung capabilities niya, hindi siya pang litigation.
mm.
Pang corporate siya, type siya kasi doon lang siya sa office, hindi yung tipong nakikipag-debate ka, nakikipag-argumento ka. So nasa sa personality din at nasa goal ng abogado yon. Pero yung question natin is yun nga, sa private practice, which is the path I eventually ended up doon. So ang sasabihin ko is, syempre pagka gusto mo mag-private practice ka, dapat well-rounded ka,
Mm.
knowledgeable ka in most aspects of law. So ang advice ko, and I think every lawyer will agree, is to gain experience sa magandang law office. Uh, Maganda in the sense na ma-expose ka sa litigation, sa corporate, or those yung mga specialized na practice like sa telecommunication, sa HR, sa family law, something. So, yun, sa law office kasi madaming trabaho, may kanya-kanyang department na pwede kang ma-assign. So, you have the opportunity to gain knowledge na ganito. Iba kasi, sasabihin ko, iba yung sa academic na theoretical yung nalalaman mo at iba din yung actual experience na talagang doon ka talaga matututo, doon mo ma-apply yung theory. Minsan yung theory doesn't really fit doon sa practice, sa actualities, sa nangyayari. So you need to you need to think of a fashion kung paano mag-work out yung theory at saka yung practice. So
Oo, relate
so
na relate ako dyan. Minsan yung iba kong pinag-aralan sa college, hindi ko naman nagamit. So, definitely, definitely.
ah,
Um, ano yung proudest moment mo as a lawyer?
Siguro, wala nung pumasa ako ng bar per steak. So, proud ako doon kasi hindi ko na kailangan mag-second take.
Wow.
S- second,
Interesting.
yung yung nakasurvive ako, nakaano ako dun sa bilang junior lawyer na nakapagpundar, nakapag-amass ako ng experience at saka knowledge at the same time yung aking stint din sa government, nagkaroon din ako ng perspective kung paano ang sa government. And syempre, ang proudest moment ko yung magsarili ako.
Oo.
Nakapagsarili ako on my own. Kasi pagka solo ka na, you assess the client. Nasa sayo kung paano mo ang approach, kung paano mo titirahin yung kaso. Or
Mm.
sa corporate kasi, it's more of dekahon din. Parang isa yung proseso. So, unlike dun sa case medyo tricky, nag-iiba yung depende sa attending circumstances, elements. So, kumbaga, one-man team ka.
Oo.
Ikaw ang magde-decide, ikaw mag-assess, ikaw ang mag-litigate, ikaw ang mag-research. Although may researcher naman ako minsan na pagka sobrang dami pagka instances na nagkakasabay-sabay yung mga may deadlines kasi yung mga pinafile sa court. May legal researcher na ako na tatawagin na pwedeng special project na ganito yung. So, ayun, yun yung aking siguro proudest moment na up to now ay okay naman na
I see.
mag-solo practice.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for that insight, no. Ang pinakatumatak sa akin doon is that meron talagang ah, kanya-kanyang context or rules or compliance yung private and public. But regardless, pareha silang may kanya-kanyang fixed na kahon, kumbaga na pwede mo lang galawan. And I do
Mm,
understand na, having your own practice talaga gives you more creative freedom. So,
mm, mm,
nakaka-relate ako dyan. Definitely.
mm, mm,
Um,
mm,
let's say may mga viewers tayo na interested mag-lawyer someday, tapos nagde-decide sila, magpa-private ba ako, magpa-public ba ako. Hindi ko pa alam kung magpa-private practice ako someday, pero nagsisimula pa lang ako sa career ko.
mm.
What should they expect sa government, working for the government? As other than syempre nasa kahon ka, ganyan. Meron pa bang ibang critical aspects na kailangan mong pag-ingatan, ganun?
As a government,
Ah,
pagka sa government, ah, may politika,
mm,
may politika. Ah, yun yung medyo na turn off ako doon. Hindi kasi ako hindi ako, hindi ako ma-PR na tao. Hindi
mm,
ako maano. So, yun yung yun din ang lookout ng isang tao kung gustong mag-government. Dapat talagang sobra yung pakikisama mo. But not to the point of sacrificing your principle.
mm,
So, matetest yung principle mo doon din. Sa, well, I'm not talking about only the government, even in the private, but sa government kasi magnified for some reasons. Ah, pero siguro ipo-point out ko lang, no. Yung question mo kasi is how to figure out kung paano yung practice mo or kung talagang siguro ganito.
mm.
Nung first year kasi kami, lagi sinasabi din namin ng professor namin sa recitation pag hindi makasagot, it's time for you to think yung pinasok mo ikaw ba talaga ay fit sa law school kasi
Oo.
magbabasa ka lagi, magaganyan ka lagi, hindi ka makakabawas ng gimmick mo or whatever. So you need to assess from the time you enter law school, dapat iniisip mo na mas maganda kung gusto mo. Pero siguro, pag pinasok mo yung first year, doon mo mafe-feel talaga na, ganito pala ang sistema dito. So, first year pa lang or second year at mo, latest, mag-decide ka na kung yung law is para sa'yo. Kasi mahirap mag-trap na graduate ka. And then later on, ayaw mong mag-practice dahil ayaw mo yung ganun, ayaw mong mag-appear sa court, ayaw mong yung mga ganun. So, kasi malaking investment sa pera at saka sa time yung 4 years na law proper. So,
Mm-mm.
pag-isipan before mag-ano. Ayun.
Definitely, definitely. Oo nga,
Ah,
pag nanonood ako ng Suits, US TV
Suits.
series siya.
Ah.
Lagi sila nagbabasa nung kaso, lagi sila nagbabasa. Lalo kung corporate yung naglalaban,
Dapat
you know.
updated ka lagi sa mga batas na
Oo,
lumalabas, yung mga
oo.
regulation, yung mga.
Mm. Oo, definitely, definitely. Kaya kailangan pag pumasok ko dyan, hindi lang yung prestige, no? Kailangan alam mo yung work, hard work that nakalakip for
At
that
saka
prestige.
ano, continuing legal education.
Mm.
May tinatawag na ganun. So dapat you continue to grow by being abreast with the new laws being passed,
Ah,
regulations na makaka-apekto sa mga clients mo. Baka masisi ka tuloy na hindi ka nakapag-comply dun sa mga
oo nga eh.
bagong regulations. So, ayan.
Oo, definitely, definitely. Um, ano yung tingin mo pinaka nakatulong sa pag overcome ng struggles mo sa law career mo? And ano yung parang nag-speed up ng ah, parang yung expertise mo o yung parang yung maturity mo as a lawyer? Ano yung tingin mo nakatulong sa iyo to grow more faster and to overcome yung struggles mo in your career as a lawyer? Whether it's public or private practice na.
Um, Siguro yung, kasi mahihain ako, sa totoo lang. Hindi ako
Ah,
masyadong masalita, mga
mm,
ganun. So, struggles ko yon yung kung paano mo, because you need to stand, you need to appear as a lawyer, especially when you are in front of a judge na sometimes they will test you na if you know the law really. So, you need to appear to be um tawag dito na may knowledge, and iba rin kasi yung may appearance of confidence,
ah,
and iba yung tingin ng client. Pero syempre, more than the appearance is the actual knowledge that you have. So what
ah,
I'm saying is just it should not be only the how it appears, but what's inside your knowledge. So it's sa akin ang papaano is inano ko na ma-overcome ko yung shyness ko. Yung kung paano ako magsalita,
mm,
paano ako mag-develop ng sasabihin, ng
mm,
argumento. So, inaaral, focus. Um, Yun yung mga elemento na patience. Yun. Isa pa, patience, overcoming your shyness, don't afraid to speak up. So, syempre, lalo na nagsosolo ako, I have no one to depend on except myself. That's why I need to stand on my own. So,
okay.
nagtayo-tayo ako ng law office tapos hindi ko pala pwedeng pangatawanan, hindi pwede yun. So, I really stood up. So, ayun, yun yung ambition ko rin na kahit na malit yung sweldo ko, but I have my time. I do all the decisions. I um I serve my clients. So, ayun yun.
I see. So for you, ano yung mas mahirap is to be in a ngayon I mean, I guess in general, sige, let's just speak in general, no?
Ah,
Ano mas mahirap sa yung surviving in a very competitive world of lawyers dun sa government or sustaining yourself as a lawyer in your own private practice? Para sa'yo, may kanya-kanyang struggles yan, pero para sa'yo, ano yung mas mahirap?
sa akin kasi, mas mahirap sa private.
Mm,
In a number of ways. Ah, sa private, more or less, ang daming trabaho. Sa government, hindi siya ganun kadaming trabaho. Specialized din siya. Kung litigation ka, corporate ka, or whatever. Ah, sa yung mga urgency of work sa government hindi naman masyadong urgent. Hindi, maraming usually mga staff sa legal. So distributed yung work. Sa sa private normally ayun katulad ko akin lahat. I do all the things.
Mm.
Except yung mga manual na magme-mail, magpa-file sa court. Yun. In terms also of finances, yun steady sila. At least sa government, steady yun. Tapos may allowance pa. And then sa private, hindi steady. Kasi minsan may marami trabaho. So maraming legal services fee.
Ah,
Minsan wala. So may hindi siya stable. Ano pa bang factors? Uh, siguro, in terms of professional enrichment, mas mas tingin ko mas may chance na yung professional growth sa private kaysa government. Kasi sa government minsan limited ka na lang din doon. Although meron naman nag-aano sa mga further studies. So, ayun lang.
oo.
More chillax yung sa government sa private.
Oo, oo. Kasi baka kasi magkaroon ng impression kasi wrong impression yung mga tao na nasa college pa or nag nasa education pa na ganito yung government or ganito yung private practice pero at least first hand experience mo they
Hindi
can get an
naman
idea.
hindi naman sa ganun yung government, pero nakikita naman ng tao kung hindi lang sa legal sa mga abogado ng gobyerno, abogado ng
Mm.
government employees and private employees. You compare the situation and you will see what's happening. So, yung pagkakaiba ng environment. Yun ang sinasabi ko. It's not only in legal.
Oo,
So, in generalities.
in general din.
Mm.
That's very interesting. Ano yung mga rewarding stuff sa pagiging lawyer perks? You know, mga ganun.
Perks. Okay. I, I'll speak from my experience. Like, may client ako na, like, for instance, may client na who owns a restaurant or a spa. There was a time na, during the time na may retainer ako ng spa, uh, may free voucher ako na three or four per month. So, nakakabagis pa ako. Or may
Yes.
discount, may discount ako dun sa restaurant.
Uh,
And, yun, in terms of material, yun, material perks. Siguro, perks should not be limited to material things, no? It should, I consider yung um, rewarding is yung natulungan mo yung kliyente, deliver mo yung goal sa pag-handle ng cost ng client, na yung advocacy mo na yung justice o makamit yung justice, yung appropriate justice o maano yung end goal kung sa corporate practice naman nakatipid yung client. So, sasabihin sa'yo, thank you, attorney. Mga ganun. So, yung mga papuri, mga pag-appreciate, yun ang mas importanteng perks sa practice. Yun yung it makes you go on.
I see. Kasi ako meron ng mga napapansin or mga observations na parang pag lawyer ka, taas ng tingin sa'yo. So,
Um,
ano yung parang perk sa in personal life as a lawyer?
ayun nga, totoo yung sinabi mo na pork. Hindi naman ako mag-fit sa ganong impression. Kasi ang stereotype na tingin ng tao sa lawyer is nakabarong ka, naka-coat ka,
Ah,
nagdadrive ka ng mamahaling sasakyan, kumakain ka dun sa mga mamahaling, which is so stereotype. Which is the total opposite. Ako, pumapasok lang ako naka-t-shirt na white t-shirt. Nagko-commute lang ako. At
mm.
I'd rather pay for my food kaysa magbayad ako ng parking at saka malapit lang naman yung bahay ko sa office ko. And I do dress up, but I dress up when in a meeting or when I'm before the court. But when I am doing nothing in my office, I just wear a white t-shirt and pants. So, yun yung aking style. And ayun.
Very
Hindi nga ako
simple, ano?
hindi
Oo.
nga ako minsan nga may nagtatanong nasa labas yung aking assistant. Ako
Wala ka.
patok sa sa office. Ako nagbukas. Sabi ko si Attorney Abante. Sabi ko, bakit po? Kasi may pinapadala po si client. Sabi, ako po
Mm.
si Attorney. Kayo po si Attorney Abante. Ito po yung pinapadala. So, ayun, maraming instances na ganon. And I just laugh it
Oo.
off. Talagang, syempre naka-t-shirt lang ako nasa office. Akala
Oo.
nga lang kasi office staff ako. Anyway. So, ayun lang. Ayun lang. Sanay ako doon sa ganong mga instances.
Very simple ka lang, no? Hindi ko yung tipo na high-powered attorney na talagang kailangan nasa business
Wala.
meeting lagi, kailangan nasa
Ano,
long table lagi, ganun.
ano, ano,
Ah,
ano,
ah.
ano.
So, eto, pupunta tayo sa question na next one. Usually, tinatanong ko yung mga tao kapag ini-interview ko sila for a podcast, ganito,
Ah,
is kung ano yung profession nila o hobby nila, bakit mo masasuggest yun? Right? Pero, I think it is not fitting for this conversation. I think the right question is, kung may isang bata dyan na nakanood ng mga lawyer sa TV, nakanita ng mga TV series, ganyan, movies na, titikas ng mga lawyer, di ba? Lalakas ng dating, parang lalaki ng sweldo, no? Very, very appealing siya. Kala kong
mm,
bata ka, no?
mm,
Pero, for you, based from your experience, siyempre matagal ka na sa industry, why should you not enter law? Why is law not for you? Ano yung mga
okay.
instances? Oo.
Okay. Siguro let's put it this way. Parang yung isang movie, sino ba yung, si Tom Cruise ba yan? Ah, pag naging full-fledged lawyer ka, you will realize that you are powerful. You have many
Mm,
capabilities. And that capabilities will end you somewhere else depending sa pagkatao mo, sa
mm,
choices mo. You can be a good lawyer serving humanity, the cause of humanity, justice, whatever. And you can be a bad lawyer, an evil lawyer, who
mm.
is only up to, yung personal interest mo
Personal
lang,
gain. Oo.
yung personal gain lang, yung priority mo. Dahil sa laki ng impact mo sa society, you can, you know, gaya ng sinabi ko, malaki ang capability ng isang lawyer to do something. But whether it is for good or for not, for bad or for evil, nasa tao 'yan. So I would not have if I have that thinking na maging masama. Hindi ako pupasok sa lawyer kasi mamamagnify lang yung magiging masama mo. Gagamitin mo lang
Oo.
yung profession sa masama. Which is, hindi naman ganun dapat. For any profession for that matter. So yun, yun.
Definitely. Oo. Para sabi nga ni yung tatay ni Spider-Man, with great power comes great
Exactly.
responsibility.
Tama.
Oo.
Tama.
For you, ato ngayon nabanggit mo yan, very, very interesting. It's a good thing that you brought up, no? How do you, kasi with, ang laki ng power niyo eh. Ikaw mismo personally, how do you keep yourself morally in check? How do you manage the temptation for you, personally speaking? Nagkakaroon ka ba ng discernment with someone? Meron ka bang mga
Ah,
senior,
si,
mentors, ganyan, coaches, ganyan, o
uh,
parang
meron akong
pare, gano'n. Ano.
mentor, hindi naman talaga sasabihin na mentor, pero may mga colleagues na two, three, na minsan nagkakausap about sa legal practice. So yun. Pero yung mentor, hindi, wala akong mentors na strictly speaking of mentor. So what makes me grounded or in the right path, so to speak? Siguro hindi ako I'll try to control my my desire to amass material things. Kasi pagka nag ang goal ko, makabili ako ng mansion, makabili ako ng isang rancho.
Madali lang ba? Pag ginawa talagang ginusto mo?
Yun ang goal mo eh. So, pagka sa lawyer ka, magtatrabaho ka, ang tendency, you put on the side your principles
Oo,
because ang goal mo kumita ka eh.
oo.
So, gagawin mo magtrabaho ka as lawyer pero sinasantabi mo yung prinsipyo mo or nako-compromise yung prinsipyo mo. So, yun yung magpupush sa'yo na magdi-deviate ka dun sa proper path. So, yun. Hindi ako masyadong nangangarap ng material things. Simple lang buhay ko. And I talk to regular tao para grounded
So
ako.
keep it grounded.
Nagdadasal.
Oo.
Nagdadasal.
Sabi.
Sa San Beda. Sa San Beda kasi ang training namin as a lawyer, maka-Diyos. So, nadadala ko pa naman ngayon hanggang ngayon.
Oo.
So, ayun yun, prayers, guidance.
That's very nice, no? Na ang guidance mo is si God. So, um, okay. That's very good. So, meron ka bang, I guess, ma-advise sa mga tao na gusto mag-enter ng law field? Why would you encourage them to enter law if there's any? Kumbaga nasabi na natin yung bad things or
Ah,
yung why are you not qualified, diba?
ah,
Now,
ah.
why would someone be encouraged or be qualified as a lawyer in your opinion, professional opinion?
Siguro same lang din dun sa pinag-usapan natin na kung bakit ka dapat hindi mag-enter ng law school or maging abogado eventually. Babalik rin lang natin,
Hmm.
mag-enter ka ng law school kasi gusto mong may goal ka na gamitin ang law practice para mapaangat ang sarili mo at the same time, hindi lang yung sarili mo, makatulong ka sa client mo, you end the serve of justice, you serve the community, you make the profession really working well sa community. And as I told earlier, a lawyer has a great capability to make effect changes, good
Oo nga.
changes.
I agree. I agree. Very, very, very true. I hope, this next decade is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a lot of Gen Z and Gen Alpha.
Yeah.
Tingnan
Uh,
natin ano yung gagawin nila sa mundo. All right. So that concludes the podcast. Any shout outs? Sino ba yung gusto mo i-shout out? Or you wanna plug your services, plug your office, do whatever.
Siguro na lang sa service. Kung if anyone wants to make a consultation first or for whatever legal services na kailangan ninyo, ang law office ko po ay bukas. My law office is located Unit 1915, Cityland Condo 10, Condominium 10, Tower 1,
Mm-mm.
156 HB De La Costa Street, Salcedo Village, Makati. Landline po namin 8254 4988. Just across RCBC Tower.
Parang yun yung
So,
mga
ayan.
visa din eh, no?
Visa? What do you mean?
Malapit dun yung mga
Marami tong mga
apply ng
agency.
for visa.
Marami,
Oh.
marami mga embassy kasi doon. So, ayun.
Awesome,
Um,
awesome. All right. Again, thank you guys for watching today. This has been a very, very productive and very, very well, you know, ang dami ko natutunan, basically. Uh,
sana. May natutunan talaga.
I hope
Sana,
marami
sana,
din
sana.
natutunan. I'm sure marami natutunan yung mga viewers,
Sana,
especially sa
sana.
mga tao na interested or, whether estudyante sila na nagpiprilo or, nasa corporate world nila, gusto nila mag-change ng industry. At least they can have more insights on how the public government works. I mean, in small bits and pieces, and then how private works as well. So because of you, Sir Felix, is, nabigyan mo sila ng good information to use in the future if they're ever gonna make that big decision. So,
My
thanks to
pleasure.
your time,
Thank you
Sir
too.
Felix.
Salamat din, Ian.
All right. So this has been Simple Pleasures Podcast. See you in our next episode and have a great day. See you soon.